So, our son Simeon wanted me to share something today in our Keys to Faith video. He wanted me to share that it was a while ago, and we were traveling, and we were staying at a hotel, and he was telling me about how he has never ridden in a fire truck. Now, Simeon has always talked about being a what?
Fireman.
A fireman. Went to a fire station when he was like 3. Hasn't stopped talking about it since. What does he build with Legos?
Fire trucks.
Fire trucks. So, we were in this hotel. We're on the 3rd floor. Had a balcony. Had a suite. And there's a balcony. Looked over the pool in the parking lot. And we were having this discussion. And I said to Simeon, I said, well, you know, God's gonna make that happen. He'll, you know, if it's a desire that He's put in your heart, then you'll get to ride in a fire truck. And when we had gone to that fire station when he was 3, you know, we didn't ride in a fire truck. And this was many years later. So, 2 days later, I look out the balcony of the hotel.
There was a fire truck.
And there was a fire truck.
Brand new.
We should, if I could put the picture of this, I'll put a picture of it in the video of the fire truck and him. So it was this fire truck, and it was, and the pool was kind of in the back of the hotel. So this was like the back parking lot. This wasn't out front or where most people park. But right outside our balcony was the fire truck. It was amazing. So it was parked there. No one was in it. Someone was parked there, and we were traveling, and we were staying in this hotel for a while. And so I had gone out, then I went out looking to see if I could find who was driving it. How am I going to find that, you know, big hotel? I'm not going to, hey, you the one driving the fire truck? I was looking for firefighters. Didn't see anybody. Well, then Simeon told me later that day that he saw somebody go to the truck and leave. He was looking out the balcony window. And I ran down and looked around and still couldn't find somebody. So the next day, the second day that the fire truck was there, I went out to our vehicle, which was parked by the fire truck, and I was making a phone call. And I looked in the rear view mirror of the vehicle, and the fire truck was right behind where I was parked. And there was a guy getting in the fire truck. So I jumped out the phone, ran over, this is early in the morning. I ran over and said, hey, and I told the gentleman how my son always wanted to ride in a fire truck, never has. He said, well, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving town, I'm going. He said, can you bring him down? So I ran up, and everybody was sleeping in the hotel room. And I woke Simeon up, said, come on. And he got dressed, got his shoes on. We ran down, and we jumped in. He jumped in the front seat of the vehicle, and you'll see the pictures, I'll put them up there. And he drove us all around the hotel, the parking lot, took us for a drive in the fire truck. Turns out, it was a brand new fire truck that was being delivered from across the country. We were in California, from like Green Bay or somewhere in Wisconsin. It was being delivered. This gentleman was driving all the way across the country to deliver it. So Simeon was the first person to sit in the front seat that was either not a firefighter or not someone who assembled the fire truck. And he got to ride in a brand new fire truck. So Simeon wanted me to share that was a desire that God had put on his heart. What was he, like 10, 9 years old? God had put that as a desire in his heart, and that fire truck showed up. And it flat out showed up, Don. Simeon, desire of his heart. And we talk about desires of your heart, and this, you know, we're talking about the desires that God has put in your heart. When you receive Jesus, He's given you a new heart. And that's the obedient heart. It's the God that God gave you. And in that obedient heart is the desires that He has given you to have. And Simeon has that desire. And that was crazy. I mean, we've seen some pretty amazing things, but that was so awesome. I was so excited that God did that for Simeon and for our whole family. For Simeon to be able to witness, and he's witnessed a lot, and it's been prophetic, for him to see that fire truck show up, be a brand new fire truck. And since then, we are now on the website of the town that has that fire truck, and we watch videos of it, of them using it, putting out fires, and we've kept up to date with that brand new hook and ladder fire truck that Simeon got to ride in. That God just, and Simeon hadn't brought up fire trucks in a long time when he had started telling me about that. So when I looked out the balcony window, which was really just a day and a half later, you know, he told me about it the next day, and then there it was the next day. I was like, oh my goodness. And there it was, and he got to ride in it with Michael, the angel, got to ride in it. It was just, I mean, how does that make us feel as parents when that happens?
It just shows us that God's answering their prayers. He hears all of us, but he doesn't. But especially for our children, you know, that he hears their prayers too.
And confirms what he's put in their hearts.
Yeah. Grants their requests.
Grants their requests. And that was Simeon's request. Yeah, I mean, someone could say, hey, you could have just took him to a fire house and had asked him if they would take a ride, but I don't think they just give rides. They just, you know, oh, he wants a ride, let's go take for a ride. You know, I mean, unless that's an organized thing. So for Simeon for God to bring a fire truck to the back of a hotel, we had a limited view from that balcony, and there it was, right outside. You'll see the photos. And we needed that then, didn't we? Oh.
We always need to know that God hears us, but sometimes as adults it's hard because we have a lot of requests. Children are very to the point.
Bold. James, speaking of bold, go ahead. Well, it's James 1:5, which we're open to here in my Bible. And that's interesting that we're saying that to children to the point and bold, because right here it says, if you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking. But when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person who is divided with divided loyalty is unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. So, in other words, you got to ask. You can ask, but you have to ask without a doubt. So it says actually, and then over here, nothing wavering, and without a doubt is to know. And so you're right, our children are bold, and I like how I said to you, we needed that day. You're like, we need that every day. And to see it through our children, to see Simeon say, Dad, I want to ride a fire truck. And all I knew as a parent to say, well, you know what, God's got a plan, and if that's the desire of your heart, he's going to fulfill it. And there's no way I was going to believe in my immediate natural mind that there was going to be a brand spanking new fire truck sitting outside that hotel a day and a half later. And then to not find the driver, and that I would have to be in that vehicle, and he was leaving town to go another 100 miles to deliver that fire truck. So I had to be out in that vehicle making that phone call early in the morning. And then he had to allow Simeon to ride in the truck. God's awesome.